I just want to say I was right. I was right. Let's get into it.
Eyes on me, apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love up on it, give along, leave it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like it's
Here. My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? Welcome back to the channel. Back to Talk Task, episode 5. What does the deer mean? And let's acknowledge that I was right. I told y'all who the mole was. If you're not coming to our task live discussions, what are you doing? Tonight we are having it in lieu of it being on Monday, just for this week only. So come through, all right, and get this full discussion. But I wanted to come and talk about it because a lot of things happen in this episode, and we're back to this damn deer again. Now, if you've been watching since the very beginning, you know that from the beginning, little baby has always been talking about the deer. Don't let the deer, be unattended and run out to the street because he'll get hit by a car and he'll be gone, right? We see deer in the first episode, and finally in episode 5, which I think is very significant, we see in the side of the road. And it's like, what does that mean for everybody? And so to see that gone, it's like completely innocence lost. We are tapping into a new type of energy. Not that Robbie was ever innocent, but it really has me questioning, who does the deer represent? Does it represent the situation? Does it represent Tom, who's clearly not cut out to be an FBI field agent? He needs to go back to the priesthood immediately because this is not his ministry. Deer's gone. So I'm assuming that's an omen for the inevitability of loss, more loss over here. Now, what that's going to look like, I don't know. At least Maeve is safe, and at least baby Sam is safe for now. But let's get into what happened uh in this episode. So basically, very, very quickly, we find out that it's Robbie. Everybody finds out that it's Robbie. Okay. We already knew that the co-leader of the Dark Hearts was already onto him, had found the blicky holder, and now has made his way over to Maeve. Well, Maeve has Sam there in the chicken coop, has to run out, secure him, come back, and really smile in this man's face, who she knows took out her dad. And he, is going through things really at their, to be honest, to me, looking for Robbie. And so that's all going on. Meanwhile, Tom gets a tip. And we basically go over and to the house, and we see Robbie. Robbie is there getting ready to do whatever he needs to do, because at this point Cliff is still missing and he doesn't know what's happened. Now, Tom gets over here trying to be slick. Grasso's supposed to meet him, but Grasso's too busy doing mole things. Like I said, Sir Krispy Kreme is diabolical over there in House of the Dragon. I knew there was no way he was going to come over here to another HBO property and be anything other than that. And the icing on the cake, again, was the nightstand. Oh, is this the bed that you shared with your husband? There's no way I can do. Sir, you are not an honorable man. You are not an honorable man. And it turns out that he knows, apparently, the leader of the Dark Hearts, from the Shire, and they have this connection, this bond. How? I don't know. But we knew initially that Grasso did work in organized crime in the gang unit. And so, again, it just made sense to me. Lizzie didn't have enough sense. Lizzie McGuire did not have enough sense to be an informant or a rat or a mole, in my opinion. Aaliyah is about her business, and the boss of everyone, Blondie over there, I never thought she was really it. It was kind of obvious. They were kind of putting it too far on, and at the beginning of this episode, she's trying to vet the team to see who could be doing this. So again, in my opinion, at this point, Grasso was the mole, is the only mole that's on the task force, and I hope he gets got in this next one, because the way we leave off episode 5, it's a setup for a melee, in my opinion. So anyway, Tom is there trying to be slick. Grasso doesn't meet him there. Robbie catches on very quick that you're not who you say you are. Get in that car and drive me to this point, because we've made an arrangement for the Fenty with old girl who was getting beat up, right? Because we go over to her house first, and Robbie's like, "Where's your man at?" He locked up. Well, he was supposed to meet Cliff last night. Oh, Robbie, Robbie. And the audacity and the fact that he says multiple times in this episode, "You're messing up my plan. I have a plan. I won't let you mess up my plan." Robbie, it's got to be elimination by the Dark Hearts. That must be your plan at this point, because what else are you going to do, sir? There's nothing else to do. So she's like, this is my one chance to get away. I'm a DV victim, all of that. And so he lets her curate this meat. Big mistake. Huge. Meanwhile, we have Tom, who again is just as clueless as he wants to be. But I really enjoyed the scene in the car ride where Tom is driving and Robbie's in the back and they're connecting kind of on this other level. And I think in this moment, Tom sees Robbie is more than just his behaviors and just what he's done at this point. And so he's giving him a way out. Like, no, you don't have to do this, Robbie. We can still do something else because inevitably your end it's going to be disastrous. And Robbie doesn't want to hear it, but he connects with him. Tom tells him a story about this bird who goes so far and so long away that he forgets where home is and doesn't think he can come home. And of course, Robbie relates that to himself, which is, Robbie don't want to go home. I think that he was just so missing his brother that he couldn't see life without him. And this was self sabotage if I've ever seen it. Poor kids, all of that. So after the Dark Hearts leaves Maeve's house, Maeve is like, let me go ahead and take Sam. Let me turn him in the FBI. Baby girl from the arcade, go ahead and watch these other kids while I'll go do this since I'm a mother now. At 21, I'm a mother. And so she goes and basically she's like, no, I don't need an attorney. I don't need anything. I just want to make sure he's safe. I'll tell you whatever it is you want to know. Because this is too much. It's too thick. It's too much for me. And maybe mullet, sister, you not wrong. Because these were our only options. These were our only options at this point. And so now, before again the meet, Grasso goes to meet his connect and basically is getting the phone with the evidence for the evidence locker. And we kind of course, the mole is exposed. But now Grasso's late and has to send a message to the team that Tom's been kidnapped. Robbie must have him. Don't go to the lockout point. He warns the Dark Hearts, but apparently they don't get the warning because ultimately we meet on this bridge. Everybody's there. Robbie ends up dropping Tom off, has him walk in the woods, look after my kids. These are like my last wishes. Look after my kids. Make sure everyone's okay. Tom reluctantly walks on, and of course, he goes to a safe place to park. He immediately reconvenes with the team. I think at that moment, Tom should have went home. Tom should have went home because this is not the life. He's not equipped for this. While all this is going on and Tom is in fear of ever seeing his children again, the two daughters have a moment. Emily and her big sister. We find out that the big sister's husband cheated with a younger version of her who gives a damn. But also, I really do love you, Emily. I'd never want you to feel that way. Do you really feel like this? Yes, ho. I feel like this. And you've helped to contribute to me feeling this way. Damn. Okay, so now Tom, of course, he sees Robbie. Robbie's baptizing himself in the quarry, honey. He's feeling all of the feels. We got a flashback to him and his brother and how the water's so cold it can make your heart explode. He's baptizing himself, readying himself for this moment. Again, he's got to know that this is his inevitable end. The Dark Hearts are there. The FBI task force is there. Everyone is about to converge. And of course, Tom, being loud and ignorant, calls out Robbie's name. Robbie! Everyone descends. It's going to be a melee. I'm absolutely here for it. Like I said, we will be doing an in-depth discussion of all of the things tonight. So make sure you're there. And if you're catching this on the replay, go and run it up. It'll be in the task playlist. But you guys, another strong episode. Tom and Robbie are a mirror of each other. And I think seeing the two of them in the same space, feeding off of each other was incredible. The chemistry between these two actors is incredible. I think Tom sees a lot of himself in Robbie, and Robbie can't see past his pain right now. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting watch. Again, this episode was not directed by by Sally Richardson Whitfield this time. This was Zagar, I believe, was the director on this one. Again, still a very strong episode. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. All right. We are at 9,000. We are so close to 10K. I can feel it. I can smell it. I want it. You know what I mean? But also like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking of Task. We only have 2 more episodes. Do you have any predictions? What did the deer represent to you? I'm very, very curious. Let's talk about it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.